Yes. Okay, let's do these questions. The first one is match the following. Match the followings. Okay. So the first one, which one of them is a magnetic compass here? Match the first one. The first one will be matched with which of the given option in column B? Guys, am I not audible? Salman?
Yes, sir.
Halima?
Sir,
You are audible.
Haha.
your
Let's do these questions quickly. I think your voice is stuck, Halima. Magnetic compass, which one is it?
Sir, E.
E. Magnetic compass. It's magnetic compass. It's B now. Halima, Salman. It's option B. Okay. Cylindrical magnet. That is cylindrical magnet. That is
Sir, a cylindrical magnet is the A1.
A1, right? Okay. I think like one of you guys know, like there's someone whose network is not stable in the class. There, he or she is trying to speak, but the voice is breaking. Okay. Anyways, question number 3: bar magnet.
Sir, C.
Not C. Not C.
A bar magnet. Sir, E.
Sir, E.
E. Correct, Salman and Halima. Khadija, you can also answer these questions if you have some basic idea about the shapes of the magnet. Okay. So you also try to answer it. So that is E. Okay. Then horseshoe magnet, that is
C.
C. Right now, Salman also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ball shaped magnet, that is
D.
D1. Correct. Okay. Now, in olden days, how the sailors used to find the direction? Huh?
Sir,
Yes.
by the compass.
By the compass, obviously. Okay, na? But they will be suspending a piece of, like they are not going to.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I sent in the chat box unit test portion and half year exam portion.
Okay, just 1 minute. I think on which idea you have shared, Khadija? I think mistakenly you might have shared on the wrong idea. I think I can't see it here. On
Can
this
I
section,
say?
just copy it and send it on this one. Okay, no? See where you have sent it. Or just say it. Just say it to me. I will note it down.
Okay.
Light and then
Unit test.
no, for your half yearly exams. For your half yearly exams.
Half year exam, light shadows.
Okay, and next.
1 minute.
Only this one.
One is light shadows and reflection.
Okay, okay. Okay, let's continue.
Another one, sorting materials into group.
Okay, sorting materials into group. Okay, and
Then turning to our plants. Only that much.
okay, turning to our plants. Okay, so only these 3 chapters are there for your half yearly exam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Good. Salman, you have also shared your syllabus now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, yes, you have. Okay. Okay, so in olden days, how the sailors used to find direction? So they will be suspending a piece of magnet. So there was a naturally occurring magnet by the name of lodestone. Okay, now there was a naturally
Yeah.
occurring magnet by the name of lodestone. So they will be simply suspending it with the piece of thread, and this will always align itself in the north-south direction. North-south direction. So thereby it will,
North and south direction.
yeah. So thereby it will be helping them in finding the north direction. Okay, answer the second question. How many poles are there in a magnet?
2.
2. Very good.
2.
Good. A compass has
North
a,
pole and south.
exactly. A compass has a,
Uh, magnetic needle.
magnetic needle. Good. The needle in the compass indicates the,
North and south directions.
okay. What about others? Same or different?
Same, sir.
Same. North and south direction. The end of the magnet that points towards north is called.
Um,
Think of it carefully. Yes.
magnetic pole.
No, no. The end of the magnet that points towards the north, what do we call that as? That is pointing toward the north pole of the earth. What will be that called as? Try to understand.
South pole.
Exactly. Okay, why? Say that you have this magnet, you are freely suspending it with a piece of thread. So let's say that
Yes.
this one is pointing towards the north pole of the
North
earth,
pole of the earth.
because we know that our earth also behaves as a giant piece of magnet
Yes.
right now. So this one is the south pole of earth's magnets. This is the north pole of earth's magnet. So if this end is pointing toward the south pole of the earth's magnet, so thereby this has to be the north pole of the magnet now, because unlike poles attract each other, different poles will be attracting each other. North pole attracts towards the south pole. Getting it, all of you?
Yes.
Like we know that our earth now, it also behaves as a giant
Yes,
piece of
sir.
bar magnet. Like this is a bar magnet of earth. This is the south pole, this is the north pole. So if I were to suspend a given piece of magnet like this now, so that end of the magnet which will be attracted towards the south pole now, so this one will be north one, and that one which will be attracted towards the this side, this
South.
will be the south. Okay, but what we know, like this is the, in terms of geography, we say that this is the north pole, right? And in terms of geography, we say that this is the
Yes.
south pole,
South pole.
right now. So the question here is that the
Yes.
end of the magnet that points towards the north. So the end of the magnet that is going to point towards the north, what will be calling, what pole will that be? It's called as the north pole actually.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
This lesson is not there for our half year exam.
Yeah, I know that. I know that it is not for you, and it's for Halima, I think only. Because the thing is now, like in the previous class, this chapter has been completed. So when a chapter is completed, after that we do some questions now. So it is part of that only. Okay, now.
Oh, okay, sir.
Uh-huh. So what we get to see that you had taken this magnet here, and this magnet, this end is pointing towards the north pole. But when we look at the earth also behaves as a giant piece of magnet. So this is the south pole. So that end of the magnet that is pointing towards the north pole is actually the north pole of the magnet. The end of the magnet that points towards the north is called the north,
The south.
no, north pole of magnet actually.
North pole. Sorry.
Okay. Answer the sixth one. The poles of a magnet are said to be near its center or its end. The poles of a magnet are in the middle of the magnet or at the end of the magnet.
Sir, and
Right, Salman, Halima, and Khalshat?
Yes, sir.
So they are at ends. Okay. So there are a few more questions which we are going to do. So what are electromagnets? We did learn about electromagnets. Hmm? Yes. We learned that electromagnets are
Sir?
basically
they are the when
temporary
the current
magnets.
Yes. They flow through current.
Not in that manner. Basically, the electromagnets, they are temporary magnets that are made by passing an electric current through a piece of iron. Like we had an
Yes, sir.
iron nail. Let's say like you have an iron nail and you have some copper wire. So you roll the copper wire in the form of coils around this and connect that copper wire to piece of a battery, and that starts to behave as a electromagnet. So this is a
Yes.
cell. This is an electric cell. As the current passes, like this is a copper wire. So as soon
Sir,
as the
if we
copper wire,
remove one of the copper wire from it, the this will
it
not
will no
work.
longer work
Yes.
as a magnet. Okay, now others also pay attention to this. This is a very interesting concept. In fact, you guys can also make it at home just by taking some copper wire, some battery, and an iron nail. You can do this. So this is the concept of an electromagnet. So they are a type of magnet that works when electric current flows through a piece of given iron object. Also, they are temporary in nature. Then what are artificial magnets? Who will answer this?
Sir, artificial magnets are those magnets that they are human made, like man
Right.
made, but sometimes they won't work.
Okay. Correct, Khadija and Halima. Right now. So they are the magnets that are made by we people. Okay, now using some of the magnet like using an iron, using nickel or cobalt, we can make an artificial magnet. Getting it now? And they will be used in different appliances. You all might have seen that that iron, some nickel and some iron or some steel will also be having magnetic property. Usually, you would have seen this black color magnet, no? Usually, you would have seen this black color magnet. But in some diary covers or in some other boxes, no, you might have seen the gray color magnets also. Have you guys seen that? Like this cylindrical
No, sir.
magnet that is in gray in color. This is not a natural magnet, but this one looks like an artificial magnet that might have been made using iron or steel, or in fact we can use cobalt or nickel also in order to make this one. So that will be a artificial magnet that are made by we people. Okay, now answer the question A. Okay, this one, magnetic pole is left. Yes, answer this one also. What are magnetic poles?
Sir, at the end of the magnet, the force of attraction is greater.
So they are called as
Magnetic poles.
magnetic poles. Basically, the ends of a magnet, that is namely north and the south pole, they at that place now the magnetic field is strongest. The force of
Yes.
magnets are the strongest. They are the poles. Okay, the attraction of magnet is the strongest at its
The poles.
poles.
I mean ends.
Poles basically.
Okay.
Okay, you guys answer this B1 also. In order to convert an iron piece into a magnet, we should stroke it with the same dash of the bar magnet in the same in that direction repeatedly. Here, like we are talking about this one. If you guys can recall how you can convert a piece of iron nail into a magnet. So what we used to do, we took a bar magnet
Bar magnet,
and with the
and
same
then we are
end,
supposed to place it at the one edge of the iron nail.
uh, and with the same pole, you are going to roll it over that iron nail.
Yes.
Okay, now, and you're going to move it in the same direction repeatedly.
Yes.
So it's the same pole and same direction. Okay, answer the next
Yes.
question. Salman, you are not answering. You also answer.
A freely suspended magnet always points in the sir north direction.
North-south direction. Salman, is that
Yes,
correct?
north.
Yes, Salman. It always points in the north-south direction. Okay. Answer the D1.
Dash a dash piece of rock are known as natural magnets.
Yes. Lodestones are natural magnet.
Yes.
Okay, no? So lodestones, they are natural magnets. Okay. Okay. We have some more questions to do. Like the first here, you have to say whether the given statements are true or false. So a nickel wire is attracted by a magnet. You guys can
True, sir.
true now, because we know that there are some magnetic objects like iron, nickel, cobalt. They are magnetic objects and they are attracted by a magnet. So yes, a nickel wire will get attracted towards a magnet. Okay, like magnetic poles attract each other while unlike magnetic poles repel each other. Is the statement true? Yes.
Sir, it is unlike magnet repel. It's true.
No. Salman, what do you
Sir,
think?
false.
It's false now. Khadija, do you also see this? So
Yes, sir.
when like poles of magnets are placed across each other, like there are two magnets like this one, that is north, this is south, another magnet with the poles north and south like this, so they will be moving away from each other, they will be repelling each other.
Oh,
Okay, now same in the case of south pole also, like this is the magnet with the south and north, and this is south and north, so they will be moving away from each other, so they repel, like poles repel, unlike
sir,
poles attracting.
like poles are like north, south, north, right?
Yeah, like poles are north and south.
Oh,
Unlike poles are north and south. So unlike poles will be attracting.
okay.
So that is false. The first one was true. Maximum iron fillings stick in the middle of a bar magnet when it is brought near them. Is it true or false? Like you take a piece of paper. Khadija, you also pay attention to this. Like an interesting thing, you should also be knowing this. Like you take a piece of paper and just take a piece of bar magnet on this and sprinkle some iron fillings on it, on small pieces of iron. And when you tap on the sheet of paper with your hand like this, so most of the iron fillings will be getting attracted towards the end of the magnet, that is at the pole.
Yes.
But the statement says that it will be sticking at the middle of the bar magnet, but that is false. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, answer the D1.
A magnet can damage memory devices.
Mhm.
Sir,
Can the magnets
yes.
damage memory device?
False.
Okay, you are saying false. No, actually, yes, magnets, they can damage the memory device. Okay, now they can be damaged. Getting it now? So thereby,
Yes,
magnets
sir.
should not be brought in contact with close to memory devices. Okay, so that's all in the chapter. We have done the chapter and some questions as well. Okay, so right now, as I am having your syllabus, like you have these three chapters: light, shadow, reflection, sorting materials into groups, and turning to our plants, right? Basically getting to know plants, that is the chapter. And Salman, as you had shared your syllabus in the previous class, just 1 minute. Okay, where did it went? Can you just tell me your syllabus once again, Salman?
Sir, I don't have material.
Like you were telling me about the names of the chapter that will be part of your upcoming exam.
Yes, sir.
You have got the syllabus, no?
Yes, from
Oh.
board.
Just tell me the syllabus if you know.
Sir, I don't know.
Okay, your school haven't provided you the syllabus yet.
What?
Your school, from the school, you haven't got the syllabus.
I got.
Okay, but at this moment you can't recall. That's what you're saying, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So today, let us do one thing. We can do this chapter. By the way, just let me go through your syllabus, Halima. Like, let me see if any chapter is left from your syllabus. Okay, now? Let me just
Yes,
go
sir.
through your syllabus. If there's any chapter that is left. Your schools are going
Sir,
on, no?
I think
Uh-huh.
no chapter is left right now.
I think that for you, all the chapters have been finished, I believe.
Yes.
But still, let me go through it. Components of food, for you, it has been done. Light, you had some extra class for the chapter light for separation of substance. It's been done. Things around has been done. Habitat and adaptation has been done. Magnets and its effect, right now we have done that. Okay. And Khadijat and Halima, you both are having the same chapter light in your upcoming exam. And sorting material, that has been done for you. Khadijat, were you present? No, actually, you were not present for that chapter, Khadijat, right?
Yes, sir.
And getting to know our plants. For that chapter, also, I think you were absent. I mean to say, at that time, you hadn't joined the batch, right?
Yes,
Or
sir.
you were present while we were doing the chapter habitat and adaptation?
Oh yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
She was present.
Uh, like the chapter name was basically living organism and their surroundings. Okay, and also like habitat and adaptation, basically. Okay, okay. So when is your exam, by the way, Khadijat?
My unit exam is going on.
Going on. Okay. Can you let me know the chapter name of your unit exam also? Which chapters are being asked?
Body movements and components of food.
Body movement and components of food is going on. Okay. Salman, I think you also told me that you have this chapter in your syllabus as well. The chapter body movement is there for you also, right? Kindly
Yes, sir.
correct me. It is there now? Okay. So let us do one thing. We are going to take up that chapter in today's discussion. Okay. Let me just go through it once again. Like you had that chapter. Yeah. You had that chapter. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I will be sharing my screen and then we're going to continue. So in the body movement, first of all, you guys tell me, like, how really are we able to do movement? How are we able to move our hand, our legs, our neck? How, also, we get to see like there are different range of motion that our body can perform. Hmm? We can perform movements like this. We can rotate our neck up to a certain degree, up to a certain angle, right? And we get to see that beyond a certain limit, our body can't do some kind of movement. So in the chapter now, the chapter getting body movement, we'd be learning about two types of systems, namely, we'd be learning about the muscular system and the skeletal system. Okay, how with the together action of the muscles and the bones we are able to do movement. What are the different types of bones present in our body? What are the different types of joints present in our body? So those are the different things which you'll be learning in the chapter body movements. Okay. Give me a moment. I will be sharing my screen and then we're going to continue. Meanwhile, you guys can answer some questions to me. Like, do tell me, in a full grown person, in an adult, how many bones are there in a fully grown person?
206.
206. Good. Okay. Okay. Also tell me, like, you guys know, like, which is the longest bone in our body? Where is it present? The longest bone in our body, and where is the shortest bone present in our body? The longest bone in our body is present in our legs. That is the femur bone. Okay. That is the femur bone. The shortest bones are present inside our ear. You know, like inside our ear also some very tiny bones are present inside our ear. Okay, so we would be learning about that. Give me 1 second, I will be sharing my screen in a minute. Okay, hope you guys can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Okay, so talking about the human skeleton, so we get to see that human skeleton basically is the framework which is responsible for providing support to our body, and it is because of this that we are able to stand upright, we are able to have a structure, our body has a structure because of this. Now think of a person, let's say think of a organism. If there were to be no framework, if there were to be no bones in a given person, so the person will not have any structure. If there isn't any framework, so the body will not be supported. Now, like just like we know that a building, when a building is being constructed, so first of all the framework of that building is designed, pillars are raised, iron beams and steel beams are connected. Getting it? Like, say suppose that there's an engineer, so before the building is constructed, first of all he is going to install the pillars into the ground. So that is the foundation of the building upon which all the things will be connected, right, Salman, Halima, Khadija?
Yes.
So bones will
Yes,
also
sir.
bones will be forming the framework in our body that will be supporting the whole body. So this framework that is made up of different type of bones that we call as skeleton. So the human skeleton, it's the internal framework which is responsible for giving support. Not only support, it provides the shape to the body and protection to our body also. Like for example, our very delicate organs like heart, like lungs, they are very delicate organs, right? Now, with just like if they were to be hit, the person will die. If they were to receive any damage, any significant damage, the person will die. But they are enclosed in a cage-like structure called as rib cage. Very crucial, very
Sir,
important organs.
even brain also.
Even
Brain is also.
in fact, brain also. So like organs like heart and lungs, they are enclosed in this cage-like structure called as rib cage,
Ribcage.
as we can see here. Organs like brain, it is enclosed in the skull.
Skull.
Right now, eye is also protected by the eye socket here. Furthermore, we have some other organs also. We'll be learning about that. And then look at this structure of the skeleton here. Right now, there you can see there are different bones here, and all the bones are joined. Both of them, all the bones are connected at some places. Like here, these bones are connected at this place. Here, the bones are connected. So there are so many places where the two bones will be meeting, and the place where they will be meeting, there will be some form of movement possible. But at some of the places, movement will not be possible. Like here, the two bones are meeting and movement is possible here. But when we look at the
Yes.
skull now, the skull, this skull is also made out of several pieces of bones. But is the movement possible between the different bones
No.
of the skull? No. Only bone that is movable in the whole skull is the lower jaw. You can only
Yes.
move the lower jaw, but not the upper jaw or any other bone. But although they are made out of different pieces. Getting it?
Yes.
Furthermore, apart from providing a support, shape, and protection to our body, we get to see that usually when a newborn child is born now, so a newborn child has more number of bones. A newborn child has more number of bones as compared to an adult. So at birth, there are about 300 bones. But eventually, what will happen? All the smaller bones will be fusing. They will be mixing. They will be fusing to form 206 bones when the person becomes an adult. Okay, na? And when a child is born, like some of the bonds are made out of soft tissues called as cartilage. Usually, some of the bones will be made out of very soft tissues called as cartilage. Later on, those cartilages will harden up to become bones as well. So our body has, and the body of an adult person has about 206 bones, and each of them plays a distinct role. Each of them have separate role to play. Like the ribcage, bones in the ribcage have different role. Bones in the skull have different role. Bones in the limbs have different role to play. So our skull, our skeleton can be classified into two types. Can be classified into two parts. Okay, na? So our skeleton can be classified into two parts. One that is axial, one that is called as axial, and another one is appendicular. Another one is appendicular. Getting it? So axial and appendicular are two parts of the skeleton. Let us understand what these are. For that purpose, let us take the help of skeleton here. Not this one. This one here. This one. So here you get to see that like axial bones are the bones that are made out of the head, neck, the back, and the chest. Let me just shade it. Okay, now just let me just shade it like this one, this back over here. Okay, and this rib cage also. So these forms the axial system. Axial system. Getting it now? While talking about the bones like our shoulder bones, our limbs basically refers to hand and legs.
Yes, sir.
Let me highlight it using a different color. This one, this one, this one, and this one, and in fact, this whole area. So what you have, what I am telling you guys here, that our skeleton system, our skeleton can be classified into two parts. It can be classified into two parts. So why we are classifying it? What is the reason behind doing so? Let me tell you guys here.
Sir,
Mhm.
some of the parts are we can they are joined. We can move them, and some of them we cannot move.
No, that is not the reason here. See, this was the yellow one. The yellow one, we are calling them as the axial skeleton. We call them as axial skeleton. Okay. Nothing too technical about it. It's just a thing of observation. Okay, now Salman, Khadija, then Halima. While this one is called as appendicular skeleton. Let me tell you what is the difference between them. Appendicular skeleton. Skeleton. So the thing is now, the axial skeleton, look at it. Like it contains the skull, the neck, the backbone, the rib cage. These bones will be protecting the most important organs in the body, because of which the person will be alive. Getting it now? So these are
Yes.
the skeleton, which these are the bones
Yes.
that prevents the most important organs. Like all the organs important for keeping a person alive is in these or only now. The brain, the lung, the heart, the stomach, and everything, it is present in this part only. So they are called as axial skeleton. While other parts of other bones of the body that makes up our shoulder, our hand, our leg, the pelvic area, all those are considered as the appendicular skeleton. Right now. So in this manner, usually the
Yes, sir.
skeletal system is classified into two parts. Nothing too technical about it. Furthermore, another thing is that talking about the movement. So when we talk about the movement, so we get to see that like it's one of the function of the skeleton that apart from providing support to the body, apart from protecting the inner organs, together with the help of muscles, it allows us to do different kind of movement also. It allows us to do different kind of movement right now. Like for example, while you are drawing, so the different kind of joints will be used here: elbow, wrist, knee, ankle, hip. So these are the joints that will be used while you are drawing something. While a person is dancing, different kind of joints present in the elbow, wrist, finger, neck, and knee. So movement takes place between this. Like a person when would be dying, movement will be taking place between the knee joint, between the elbow joint, between the neck joint, getting it, and between the fingers joints as well. Okay. So we are able to do movement because the bones are not uh, fixed. It's not like they are unable to move wherever they meet, but they are able to do some movement wherever two bones are meeting. Getting it? So as we were talking about the skeletal system, talking
Yes,
about, yes,
you send me in the Learnivio some assignment, right?
yes.
I didn't wrote that assignment, so exam is going on, right? So I'm learning the exam portion. So after the exam finishing, after the exam, can I write the assignment and I will send after the exam?
Okay, Khadija, sure, no issue. Okay, now you can do it after your exam will be over. Okay, now also since the questions are from chapter fun with magnet, so thereby right now prepare for your syllabus. Later on you can do it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So talking about the skeletal system, so we learned that bones in our body forms the framework that will be supporting the whole body, right? Our skeleton is made up of different types of bones right now, but apart from bones we get to see that there's one more thing which is present in our skeleton system, that is called as cartilage. So our skeleton system is not just made out of bones but made out of cartilages also. Like take a look at this diagram here. Now in this, look at this is the shoulder joint and this is the knee joint. Here you guys can see this white fibrous structure. These fibrous structure are called as, like this one over here. These fibrous structure, they are cartilages. Getting it, you guys? These are the
Yes, sir.
these are the cartilages that you guys can see over here. Okay. So and they are present at wherever a bone is ending now. So they are present at the ending of the bone. Let me just highlight this for convenience. Like this is the one I'm talking about, not the other one, not the tubular
So,
structures. Yes,
and also the cartilage can be bent.
exactly. They are not elastic. Okay, now they are flexible right now. So they are flexible and they act as shock absorber. Like for example, whenever you take a jump. Mhm.
And also they are not as hard as bones.
Exactly. They are not as hard as bone, although they are very strong, but they are flexible in nature. Okay, now so they will be protecting the bones from injury. Imagine that if there are two bones, so if the friction will take place between two bones now, so the bones might get damaged. There will be some rupture, there will be some fracture in that. Okay, now so it will be found wherever a bone will be ending, there cartilages will be present. Okay, that is one thing. In fact, cartilages, like when you touch the tip of your nose, so it is flexible right now. So at the ending of the nose,
Yes.
at the ending of the nose bone now, a cartilage is present that is flexible. It is present in your ears also. Okay, it is present in your ears also. So that is cartilage. So our skeletal system is made out of bones and out of cartilages. That is one thing. So our skeletal system is made out of cartilages and bones, both of them. Let me write the few important things. Bones in our body forms the framework, Their functions include providing the shape to the body, providing support providing support to the
Sir,
whole
should we
body.
write this?
Yeah, you guys have to write down this thing. Okay, now write.
Okay.
Give the topic a skeleton system. So then write bones in our body forms the framework. Their functions include giving the shape to the body, supporting the whole body. Okay, then protecting the vital organs. Protecting the vital means important. Okay, now vital means important. They protect the vital organs as well. Okay, the next thing is that our skeletal system talking about an adult is made up of 206 bones. About 206 bones
Sir,
are there. Yes,
bones in our body, what is the word?
forms the framework. Let me rewrite this. Forms the framework. Okay, so our skeletal system
Okay.
in an adult is made up of 206 bones and cartilages. That is one thing. Okay, hold on for a minute and then look at this image here. You guys can see here these red tissues, these are the muscles, and these muscles are connected to the bones. Okay, so there are so
Yeah.
many muscles that will be connected to the bones. Okay, so,
Uh,
yes,
Bones are hard structures of the skeleton system, right?
yeah, bones are the hard structures of the skeletal system, obviously.
And also bones cannot be bent, right?
Yeah, obviously they can't be bent. Yes, Khadija, is there any follow-up question to that?
No, sir, that.
Okay. So there will be as many as more than 650 muscles that will be attached to different bones in our body. Okay, now? So about 650 muscles are attached to the bones. That is one thing. Bones, as we know, they are hard and rigid, while cartilages are soft and elastic. They are very strong also. So cartilages are strong, soft, and elastic. And they will be present wherever the bones will be ending. Okay, now say the cartilages will be preventing the bone from damage. Okay, now so another important thing, write down that cartilages acts as shock absorber. Meaning that, say that you take a high jump. Let us say you jump from a stair or from some high place. So the reason why our knee bones are not damaged, because all the shock is being absorbed by these cartilages. That is important. And as the person becomes older now, the cartilages in the bone decreases. So an old person has thinner cartilages in their bones. That's why they will be complaining of stiffness, and they will be complaining of the pain. Okay, they will be complaining of knee pain and pain in other joints in the body. Okay, now getting it. So when a
Yes,
person would be of like let's say 70 years right now. So by that time, lots of cells in cartilages would have been lost. Okay, that is the thing here. Okay, now particularly like the cartilages in the hip bones, they also decrease significantly. That's why people will be complaining of back pain, and knee pain, etc. Okay, all if you're done.
no, sir.
In the function, now you guys add one more important point. In the function, if there's some space, write down one more important point, that There are some special cells in our blood called as red blood cells and some white blood cells. They are produced in the
Yes.
bone marrow. Okay, now. So red blood cells and some white blood cells are made in the bone marrow. Okay. Also, you guys should know this thing that also, like inside the bone they are hollow. Inside the bone they are hollow, and there's a soft tissue present inside the bone of certain parts in our body. Not in all the parts, but in some of the bones in our body are hollow from inside. Okay. And they contain a soft tissue called as bone marrow. Getting it? And in that bone marrow, manufacturing of red and the white blood cells takes place. So that is also one of the function of the bones. Okay, now also you should know that bones have also blood vessels. Like blood vessels reaches the bones also. Getting what I'm trying to say? Although the bones
Yes, sir.
will look very hard, but there's a very good network of blood vessels inside them also.
Yes.
Khadijat, you getting it? And Salman, what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Like
sir.
say that this is a bone, for example. Say that this is a bone. Inside it will be hollow like this. So this will be filled with bone marrow. Furthermore, the blood vessels would reach up to here also. It will be reaching here also like this. These are the blood vessels.
Blood vessel. Sir, I'm done.
Good. That is why you guys will observe that whenever there's a bone fracture now, so bone fracture will cause bleeding also. Whenever bone gets fractured, like if there were to be no blood vessels in it, it will not cause any bleeding. But whenever there's a bone fracture, it leads to bleeding also. Got this now? So that's the proof that blood
Yes, sir.
vessels are also present there. Okay. All if you're done writing all this, please let me know. Okay. Now moving further, also we know that we can get the photographs of the bones by a machine called as X-ray machine. Doctors would be using these
Yes.
photographs then in order to examine the injury and the disease of the bones. So X-ray machines are there. Also, we get to see that the bones in our body, they vary in shape and size. And different types of bones have different functions to perform. Now, before we continue further, there are important terms that you guys should understand. Like the term limbs, it refers to the arms or legs of any given animal.
Yes.
Okay. Bones, as we have learned about this moments ago, talking about the joint, these are defined as the points at which two bones are fitted together, and these are the points at which we can rotate and bend our bodies. So wherever two bones will be fitted into each other, at those points you will be able to do some movement. So that will be called as joint. Furthermore, there's another thing called as ligament. They are also elastic tissues. So ligament would be connecting two bones together, particularly wherever there will be a joint. For example, look at this here. In this, you can look at these structures over here. Look at these structures where I'm pointing.
Yes.
These structures are joining the two bones together wherever there's a joint. Like this one is a shoulder joint. This image is of a shoulder joint, by the way, okay? Shoulder.
Sir, which one you are pointing?
I am pointing over here, and the one that I have highlighted with the pink color. So these are called as ligaments. What do we call them, Salman?
Ligaments.
Ligaments. So the function of ligament is to connect two bones together. So two bones will be connected with the help of ligaments. Getting it? Don't confuse it with cartilage. Okay, do not confuse it with cartilage. Okay. So that is the thing
Sir,
of yes.
Can you repeat what is cartilage?
Cartilages are soft elastic tissues that are present at the ending of the bones, and they will be preventing the bones from shock. It will prevent the bone from wear and tear. And cartilages are present at the ending of the nose bone, and they are present in our ears also. Getting it?
Yeah.
So that is the thing. Talking about ligament, their main function is to connect two bones together. Wherever they will be joined, so at that they will be present. They are very strong, and they will be firmly stretching. They are firmly attached straps or roofs. Like they are kind of straps or rope like structure that will be
Yeah.
attaching two bones together. Also, they stabilize the joint or hold the ends of two bones together perfectly. So this will be ensuring that the joints do not twist too much or move too far apart and become dislocated. Getting it now? So meaning that the ligaments, it will restrict the movement. It will not allow the free movement. At a joint, wherever ligaments will be present now, it will restrict the movement to some degree. Otherwise, the bones might get dislocated. So whenever like the shoulder gets dislocated, for example, if the shoulder of an athlete gets dislocated, why it gets dislocated? Because the ligaments gets damaged. So whenever this ligament will get damaged now, the shoulders will move away from its place. The bones will move away from its place and will become dislocated. Getting it, guys? But although
Yes.
these are very important, these are very strong. Furthermore, you guys can look at these ligaments also, the one which I'm going to highlight. These are also the ligaments, and these ligaments are joining the bones at the knee. Getting it, guys? So these are also the ligaments that we can see over here. These are the ligaments, and this one
Yes, sir.
is the cartilage. The one I have highlighted in the yellow color, these are the cartilages that are present. Getting it now? That are present at
Yes.
the ending of the two bones. This one is also a cartilage. So hope that is concept is clear. Furthermore, look at some other images also. Like in this one also, you can see the ligaments are present, right? So ligaments are binding the two bones together. Like all these structure that you can see here, all of them are ligaments, and how all the bones in your hands have been connected to each other with the help of these ligaments. Okay. Now there's another thing also. Like just look at this white structure, the one that you see here, this one, and this one, and this one. So these tissues are connecting the muscles to the bones, aren't they? Salman,
Yes.
Khadijat, and Halima. So these tissues which are connecting the muscles to the bones, we call them as tendons. What do we call them as? We call them as tendons. Tendons. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tendon, it's a cord of a strong, flexible tissue similar to a rope. They connect the muscles to your bones and they let us move our limbs. Let us move our limbs. Later on, we'll learn that how due to contraction and relaxation of muscles, we are able to do movement. When this muscle will be contracting or when it will be relaxing, because of that only you will be able to do movement. For example, lift your hand like this. You guys all of you do this thing. Lift your lower arm like this. You will see the biceps muscles, it will contract and increase in size, while the triceps will relax. So they